that okay? It's 5:30, and that will be our cue to bring our meeting to order with a roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton.
Here.
Commissioner Barwick.
Here.
Commissioner Webb.
Here.
Commissioner Stecklin.
Here.
Mayor Absher.
Here. Y'all stand with me and join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, that'll bring us to item 3 on the agenda, which is public comments, audience to visitors. I assume you're here to speak to the council. Okay, so is there anybody else that'd like to speak to the council? Okay, you're up then. Again, Mr. Johnson, I'd ask you limit your comments to 5 minutes if at all possible.
Well, I don't believe 5 minutes will be possible. And, you know, I don't know why you discriminate against me like you.
I'm not, that ordinance was passed.
There are other people.
I'm not going to argue with you, and your minutes are ticking as it
There are
goes.
other people who get to talk 45 minutes.
If we have questions and we want to hear more detail about what they're bringing to us, then we can do that.
I'm here for something that's extremely important. I want you to hear me out. My name is Jimmy Johnson. I'm a Christian, patriotic, constitutional American. I'm 69 years old. I'm an honorably discharged veteran from the Vietnam era, Marine and Navy. Anyway, I'm here to expose why, how, and when this nuclear attack on America is going to take place Friday the 13th, just 4 days away, here in October, during a black moon. And right after that, the next day, the 14th, there's a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse with a ring of fire around it, which is supposed to usher in the new world order for Lucifer. Anyway, what you all have done by not exposing this, like I told you to do, November 19th in 2019, is a sin. Yahweh says it's a sin of omission. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You may not like some of what I've got to say at first, but bear with me. Yahweh calls this a sin of omission, Marion, Illinois. The mayor and Marion City Council in Marion, Illinois has intentionally been withholding information from the general American public submitted November 19, 2019 by James E. Johnson, now 69, that would have prevented the coronavirus release in Wuhan, China, December 2019 on Friday the 13th through Universal Freemasonry, controlled by the European Rothschild family, and much, much more. To the Council of 13 under the Rothschilds, the year 2019 represents a second reoccurrence of doom, secondary to their September 11, 2021 attacks on New York City by Illuminati witches. Of course, they used Islam to do that through Freemasonry. Now, because of this information about the men in the shadows of the Illuminati, the European Rothschild family, Luciferian Freemasonic Ashkenazi Jesuits, and Roman papal families of the Orsini, Breakspear, Aldobrandini, Farnese, and Somoglia continue to be concealed concerning their silent weapons for quiet wars declared upon America first and then the rest of the earth at the Bilderberg Hotel in Holland in 1954, we, the American people, were about to experience a nuclear weapons attack upon the United States. And it's supposed to affect not only the United States, but Mexico and Canada. This attack will be on Friday the 13th in October 2023 during a new moon. The Luciferian witches call a black moon. The Illuminati's Council of 13, a high coven of witches, has chosen this date in October to avenge the arrest and death of Jewish elder, 23rd last Grand Master, Knights Templar, Jacques de Molay. His arrest was Friday the 13th in 1307. He was burned at the stake in Paris in 1312. The black moon, or new moon, calls for the greatest destruction by witchcraft. The original true Halloween, intentionally hidden from the public, is the 13th of October. There are more human sacrifices on Halloween than all the other demonic holidays of the witches on the satanic calendar. The new moon or black moon calls for greater destruction than the full moon by Luciferian witches. The American people, Christians, religious Jews who honor the God of Moses, Freemasons, Shriners, and below are to be a burnt sacrifice with the rest of non-Freemasonic Americans. The American people are to be a burnt sacrifice to Lucifer. Everybody, 90% of the American people will die within a year if we don't expose the men in the shadows of the Illuminati to stop it. The nuclear attack will be done by Russia with China's support. Again, the Luciferian, Freemasonic, Communist, Ashkenazi elite will sacrifice their own for the greater cause of one world government, as they did in World War II with the Holocaust. Adolf Hitler was a Rothschild, and the Nazi SS was controlled through Luciferian Ashkenazi Jesuits. Why do you think they call it the Nazi Party, Ashkenazi? They were the original Nazis. The Third Reich was patterned after the Jesuit military forces of the Catholic Church, also called the Society of Jesus. Of course, that's a deceptive term. Luciferian Ashkenazi Jews now have completely taken over the Roman Catholic Church through the Jesuits. All throughout history, Jesuits were to never, according to their own doctrine, become popes. Pope Francis is an Ashkenazi Jesuit for Satan's last day scenario to eventually bring on the Antichrist on the throne as Lucifer. Again, the Luciferian Ashkenazi Jews of the Illuminati hate religious Jews. They call ghetto Jews and all the religions of the earth. This halts the progression of Luciferianism. They consider all religions of the earth. Halts the progression of Luciferianism. The Illuminati's plan of attack through Russia will be, with China's support, is to destroy America's power grid, collapse our currency to make the American people lose faith in each other, have European Rothschild stooge President Joe Biden declare martial law using the United Nations to confiscate all the American people's guns, and then invade us with over 200 million Oriental foot soldiers and with the United Nations troops. The illegal aliens from prisons and mental institutions, over close to 3 million of them that are allowed to be coming into America, have been allowed by Biden to enter America with the promise of homes and properties for their families if they would help topple the United States. America's prisons and mental institutions patients are to be released here in America to topple Americans. There won't be any power grid. There'll be no lights. You'll have to let all the prisoners and mental patients go. They can't be kept. The immigration of Ashkenazi Jews into America in the 1880s gave the same promise by the Illuminati if they would help bring about World War I. A Dutch Ashkenazi Jew, Theodore Roosevelt, was instrumental out of office to bring about World War I by the Rothschilds. The Freemasonic Ashkenazi Illuminati has planned 3 world wars to bring about a Luciferian New World Order of one world government to be controlled by the international Ashkenazi banking elite. A Dutch Ashkenazi 33rd degree Freemason named Franklin Delano Roosevelt was instrumental for bringing about World War II. Theodore and Franklin were Ashkenazi cousins, controlled by the Illuminati. The Illuminati, Freemasonic, Ashkenazi, had Theodore Roosevelt in place as vice president when they assassinated President William McKinley because he wanted to keep the gold standard to our currency. FDR ensured the Rothschilds got our America's gold in 1933. It was melted down into gold bars and given to the Rothschilds. Presently, there are 131 military bases here in America underground, connected by tunnel to hundreds of others throughout the earth. Military movement has already been practiced for this nuclear attack upon America. There are guillotines, crematoriums, and detention centers secretly scattered to every state of the Union for this killing of 90% of the American people after this nuclear attack that will be above Denver, Colorado. The Illuminati headquarters in America is underground on multiple levels by elevator underneath the Denver airport. The materials for these nefarious constructions throughout the years were moved to locations by airplane, riverboats, train, cars, and trucks, all at night on highways, freeways, and roads in darkness while the American people were sleeping for years. Interesting to me, here in October 2023, former Joint Chief of Staff Commander General Mark Alexander Miley, who retired September 30th, 2023, is trying to communicate with me on Facebook. This helps to indicate I'm on track with what I'm talking about. I don't know the man. I know he hates America First President Donald J. Trump because Trump nailed it when he called him a traitor. General Miley told the president of the Communist Republic of China that he wasn't going to let President Trump cause him any harm. That's more than insurrection. He retired knowing on the 30th September, knowing that Russia, with the support of China, was going to drop a nuclear attack upon America on Friday the 13th, October 2023. During the Luciferian Illuminati's Black Moon, on the 14th, there will be a ring of fire around the moon because of a partial solar eclipse. The Council of 13 plans on ushering in the Luciferian New World Order of one world government controlled by Luciferian, Illuminati, Freemasonic, Ashkenazi international banking elite of about 200 Ashkenazi banking families, including the Rockefellers and Warbirds. The eclipse represents new beginnings for good or evil. It's natural. If we expose all that's going on, it will be for good, and America will have a jubilee. All debts will be canceled, and the contrived unconstitutional national debt of $33 trillion, found out 2 weeks ago, $33 trillion will be signed off with a stroke of a pen by our congressmen, senators, and president, or they will be given the death penalty for treason in the United States. There will be a non-Freemasonic constitutional tribunal in Marion, Illinois at the Williamson County Courthouse, Administration Building, and the Marion Cultural Civic Center on the town square. There is a Freemasonic phallic obelisk within a circle within the square representing intercourse in Freemasonic doctrine. Marion, Illinois is in the heart of the second Egypt, not Little Egypt, the second Egypt, found in the book of Isaiah. This is mentioned in the book of Isaiah. Cleopatra, Mark Antony, and Alexander the Great are all buried in Marion County, north of Mount Vernon, the county seat, Salem, Illinois. They are in crypts up there. 2,000 years ago, there was a flotilla that came up through the rivers. They became the Sun Kings and Colchia Mountains and all that. These people, there were 500 North African refugees that came up the Mississippi River, traveled the Ohio River, the Wabash, the Little Wabash, the South Fork where these crypts are, and they also came up the Mississippi River where the Colchia Mountains are. The Shawnee Indians killed them off. Christian patriotic constitutional Americans will for 3.5 years migrate into the Old South. The Illuminati will pay for everything, and I mean everything, or they will be rounded up throughout the earth as war criminals. There will be no Rothschild, Chateau de Ferrier, east of Paris, France, etc., etc. You know, during World War II, when Hitler occupied France, he was a Rothschild. They didn't touch the Chateau de Ferrier belonging to the Rothschilds, or all the palaces throughout Europe. The Masonic Lodge worldwide numbers about 20 million people. The ultra-secret Illuminati that controls them numbers 2 to 3 million people at the most. There are 8 billion people on the planet. They are greatly outnumbered and they know it. And they fear all this information I'm revealing to you, the general American public. All the eastern Native American tribes east of the Mississippi River are European descent. DNA testing has proven this. The Cherokee are the house of Judah, the royal house of David, from Assyrian captivity. Most of the 46 fortified cities of Judah migrated into the Pyrenees Mountains between Spain and France. The northern 10 tribes became the countries of Europe.
Mr. Johnson, please finish up your comments in the next minute.
Well, it's going to be very difficult because
You've got 1
I want
minute.
to make sure you understand.
You've
that
got less than 1 minute.
Okay, then I'm going to tell you right now what we're going to have to do. We have to expose the European Rothschild family behind this nuclear strike. They're the ones that are pulling the strings with Israel and Palestine right now. Biden is sending our fleet over there, the fleetest of our military there. But the thing about it is, if they do this nuclear strike in America, we, the American people, are going to round up, and there's about 780 white Israelite people throughout the earth. We'll round up the European Rothschild family and the 200 Ashkenazi banking Jewish families and all the Illuminati families. We'll start with the billionaires first and then the trillionaires, and then we'll see if they can do anything about it. Because I'll tell you what, we're coming after their sons and daughters and their grandchildren. There won't be a Rothschild left on this planet if they nuke us on October the 13th, this Friday, 4 days away, 2023. If they do that, they're doomed. And I pray in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, if they're behind all this with China and Russia. I pray in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, if they do release this nuclear bomb, this high altitude pulse bomb, if they do release it, I pray in the name of Yeshua, it explodes in their faces. Because I'll tell you what, America is the New Jerusalem. The Lord does not want this country divided. He does want it he doesn't want it destroyed. He wants it divided. Christian, patriotic, constitutional Americans will go into the old South.
Mr. Johnson.
And the New Jerusalem
Mr.
temple,
Johnson, stop,
is
stop,
to be
stop,
built.
please. I'm
A
trying
New
to.
Jerusalem
Mr.
temple.
Johnson.
I will stop. I just want to.
No, you're not stopping, and I've tried to be polite and warn you. You're at 16 minutes.
Well, I tell you
We're
what.
done. Please sit down.
If this happens,
Mr. Johnson.
I will. But if this happens, you haven't exposed it. Like I said, it'll be all on you. You're responsible. It'll happen to you.
Escort Mr. Johnson out of City Hall, please.
Sir, you listen to that.
All right. Anybody else would like to speak to the council? Hearing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
You do?
Oh,
You do want to say
sorry.
something?
Yeah, we got a young man back here.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Okay, so I wrote this in like 5 minutes, so it might come out bad, but I'm just going to wing it.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Andrew Gunther. I've been a resident of Marion for the past 3 months. I have recently interviewed Mr. Jim Johnson. While editing this interview, I observed several instances in these city council meetings where Mr. Jim Johnson was disrespected. These instances include audio from former Mayor Bob Butler, which has him explain to his fellow council members that he was trying to avoid Mr. Johnson from speaking. The mayor that followed Mayor Butler, I forgot his name, but I don't care, frequently yelled and spoke to Mr. Johnson in an incredibly disrespectful tone, and even Mayor Absher cut off Jim Johnson when he questioned how it was weird that Mayor Absher became mayor quickly after Bob Butler's death. I'm just up here saying, like, he comes up here with good intentions. He should be allowed to speak respectfully. I don't really condone what just happened there, but just saying he deserves respect and respect his intentions.
Anyone else? All right, moving on now to the consent agenda, item number 4 on the agenda. We've got 4 items, A, B, C, and D, and sub-items within those. Anybody on the council want any of those items or sub-items removed from the consent agenda and made with a separate vote? Any of our guests in the audience want any item or sub-item voted upon separately outside of the consent agenda? Okay, hearing no objections, I'd entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda as presented.
I make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on any of these items? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland.
Yay.
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Moving on to new business, item number 5A, if you'll see in your packet, I think, Wendy's here. Wendy, do you want to, there's not that much to explain, but
Yeah, so this was actually just as a clarification. This is something that Glenn brought to my attention in our stormwater detention ordinance. It's just a clarification. So the way it works with the EPA is that the stormwater detention only applies to, as of right now, their regulation is 1 acre. Is that right, Glenn? Lots that are 1 acre or larger.
That's the state EPA regulation.
Yeah.
But we don't designate as an area in our ordinance. If the question comes up, if it's a half acre, we just use stormwater intervention or not. Your division will take care of that.
Yeah. So it's whatever the regulation is as set by the EPA, which is currently 1 acre, is what will require the stormwater detention.
okay. Any questions on that? I'll make that motion to approve ordinance 3915, amending ordinance 2212 concerning stormwater detention in the city of Marion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland.
Yay.
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Item 5B is a subdivision plat. It appears that this is just one parcel they're wanting to divide into two. I don't know who, nobody out there knows that. So this was a parcel that was annexed into the city, I think, earlier this year. And there's, if I understand right, one home already being built on one lot, and they want to sell off part of that lot so that another single-family home can be built there. You said you brought a larger plat up here.
I put it in everyone's desk.
Do you guys have that?
Yeah. Yes.
Mayor, the gentleman from PSC also indicated to me when I talked to him on the phone that he had already submitted this to the county
Okay,
and they had previewed it and they were okay with it.
okay. I'll just go ahead and, I'm sorry.
I hate to be picky, but in the notes in the lower right-hand corner, item 5 says field work completed on August 8th, 2028.
Man, you got good eyes.
I use my magnifying glass at home,
Yeah, I think you're right.
so I would just ask that that be corrected.
What's the date on this document? It says drawing date September 5th, so that obviously, I assume means 2023, August 8th, 2023. We'll clarify that with,
Yeah, I would
PSC.
think it would be 23.
can you make a note of that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll move to approve ordinance 3918, accepting the subdivision platted as H&M Estates.
Second.
Any further discussion? You really do have good eyesight. That is hard to make out right there. Okay, with the correction needing to be made on that. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland.
Yay.
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Okay, item 6A, Commissioner Barwick, what is this?
This is an intergovernmental agreement with MABUS, the Mutual Aid Box Alarm System. It's my understanding there's no changes in this from last year. This is just a renewal.
The city's been a part of Mavis for quite some time. I don't exactly know for sure how long. So apparently in 2022, Mavis updated their master agreement, and we're just one of several municipalities or parts, entities that made up Mavis that has not yet adopted the new 2022 agreement. So that's what this is.
Have you read this agreement?
I have.
Okay. And anything of note that we need to be aware of with respect
It's
to a
all-
change?
No, it's all pretty standard stuff that we're,
It was my understanding, the only thing, we did not have an ordinance prior to this, and they were requiring an ordinance.
yes,
now.
they wanted an ordinance passed formally adopting the Mavis agreement.
So when we did it before, it wasn't an ordinance form?
I don't know.
Is that what you're
That's what I was,
implying?
yeah.
Okay. I don't recall.
So I'd make a motion that we would approve ordinance 3916, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement for participation in the mutual aid box alarm system, MABUS, master agreement of 2022.
Second.
Okay, any other questions?
Box, is that an actual box, or what does that
No,
mean?
it's a mutual aid agreement that we have, with the state or
Yeah.
with different entities. So if they have a major catastrophe, we send people to
Yeah.
help. If it's more than just like for a few hours or a day, we're reimbursed through the state.
Well, I realize that, but I just didn't know what the box meant, the BOX. Is that an actual box? Just curious.
Fire truck, I guess.
Virtual, maybe, I don't know.
It was a box that the message came through or something?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant.
There's a second.
That's actually in the.
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
There was.
I glanced through it, but I didn't see it.
So Mavis was originally organized in 1968 in suburbs of Chicago, and it was to coordinate automated fire department mutual aid based roughly on the Chicago Fire Department's box alarm system. So that's for the box.
Box. I was just curious, thank you.
Now you can answer that trivia question.
Oh, boy.
I should have had given to John.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton,
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick,
Yay.
Commissioner Webb,
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland,
Yay.
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Item 7 alpha, Commissioner Barlow.
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 3917, authorizing the city to enter into a loan agreement with Farmers State Bank to fund the purchase of the police vehicles that were ordered in May of 2023. We had already authorized to purchase them. We've got 5 of the 2 in. We're still waiting on 2 more to arrive. But this is to cover the loan for it.
Okay.
I'd second that.
Okay, any questions on this? Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton,
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick,
Yay?
Commissioner Webb,
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland,
Yay.
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Item 8A, Commissioner Webb.
I guess I will make the,
Or, no, I'm sorry, Commissioner Steckland. I don't know why I said that.
I will make the motion to approve a low bid of $234,005 from Wiggs Excavating for the Bentley Street Water Main Replacement Project.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions on this? We've got several documents here.
If I understand that right, the majority of these funds will come from leftover money from the water tower, right?
That's right.
The,
We had most of the contingency money left over from the bond for that water tower project. And those funds were applied to it.
yeah. And that's okay with, who did we get that money from?
I think that was the one that we issued bonds, and the city purchased that bond. If I remember that.
Yeah, you're right.
Even if it was an IGA loan,
Yeah.
it would be appropriated to a water project, which would qualify.
Yeah. Thank you.
For a second. Brian, congratulations for actually overestimating. That's impressive. That hadn't happened in a long time.
I've said that to nobody like that.
It's like, albeit only by $1,500, $1,545 to be exact, I think.
Tough to hit a moving target, isn't it?
Yeah, our estimate is safe.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
95 in though.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions on this? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay?
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. Okay, item 9, commissioner reports. Commissioner Webb, we'll start with you.
Yeah, with the streets, we did some concrete patching on Court Street, Halfway Road, Carbon Street, Princeton Avenue. Did some sidewalks on Russell Street. We are working on the dumpster enclosures downtown. You see those if you've been out and about. Doing a lot of crack sealing on 5 different parking lots ahead of the seal coating that's taking place. We're trimming a lot of trees back on the roadways, getting ready for snow plows this winter, so we're not tearing down a bunch of tree limbs when we plow. And cleaning ditches in various areas across town. Cemetery, we had 10 burials in the month of September. That's all I've got.
Okay, Commissioner Patton.
I'm good, Mayor. I don't have anything. Thank you.
Mr. Steckland.
Since last meeting, the water department had 2 new service taps, 2 water main breaks repaired, 2 services were updated. As we talked last time, we've been flushing the hydrants throughout the city. Northwest quadrant has been completed. Those will continue for the next couple of weeks. Reminder that electronic recycling event happens this Saturday. That is at the center on Boulevard. Last year was a massive, so if you have any electronic stuff that you don't know what to do with, this is the place to take it on Saturday.
Terrence, any restrictions or details you want to give about that so that we can get that
It's all on the city's Facebook page, the flyer and all that, so.
in this environment? Do you want to give it?
No paint, that kind of thing, but other than that, no. You guys are definitely more than welcome to come out, we can use all the volunteers we can get. It's definitely a huge turnout.
That's all I have.
Last year, cars were backed up from the
Yeah.
training center to Taco John's.
Wow. Any trivia tonight?
First meeting, Mayor.
I can't get in the groove, so.
Sorry.
Okay.
Gotta wait 2 weeks, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Barwick.
I have a trivia question.
You do?
What is the box in Mavis? I do have 2 reports. First one from the Marion Police Department for the month of September. City ordinance violations 102, 338 criminal/traffic citations, 32 warrant arrests, 410 incidents reported, 165 traffic accidents, 3 DUIs. There were 2,126 dispatched calls, 1,859 911 calls, 4,256 non-emergency calls, and 267 ambulance calls. The Marion Police Department Narcotics Unit, 107 citations issued, 35 arrests, 4 warrant arrests, 8.1 pounds of cannabis was seized, 14.3 grams of methamphetamine, 5 grams of crack cocaine, 400 grams of LSD, 3 grams of a controlled substance, 6.8 grams of fentanyl, 1 sex offense, 8 weapon offenses, 2 alcohol offenses, 4 firearms seized, 6 controlled purchases, and 4 search warrants were conducted.
Okay. You had something else?
I have one more thing, yes. Just want to announce that it's going to be on the city's Facebook page. Already is, okay. So Friday, the 20th of October, if you remember back around COVID time, we showed a movie on the side of the pavilion. That's a little more difficult, so we're going to do this out at the amphitheater out by the high school on Friday the 20th. We're going to show Hocus Pocus. It's free, so invite the family to come out. We'll have some food trucks out there, things like that. They'll be opening at 6. The movie will start at 7.
Bring your own chairs or blankets?
Bring your own lawn chairs, blankets. Kids can dress up if you want, whatever you want to do. It's totally free, so come on out.
Okay. Item number 10, under miscellaneous, anything else to come before the council? Okay, anybody have a need for a closed session? No? Okay, I don't, so hearing no need, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd make a motion, we would adjourn.
Second.
Jim, you're slipping.
Yeah, you got me.
You're almost always first.
Always.
Sleep at the switch. Roll call, please.
That's a little bit
Commissioner
quicker.
Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Stecklin.
Yay?
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Thank you all.